Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining us today for the webinar e-polish.eu, the best platform to study Polish. Today, we'll give you a short overview of our platform so that you can hopefully get started on your Polish learning journey. My name is Magdalena Gieniec. I work on the e-Polish help desk, so in case you ever encounter any issues or if you have any questions about the platform, well, I'm likely to be the first line of support for you. So you can, of course, message me anytime if you have any questions. Here are my contact info. And we also have Sylwia with us. She's my colleague from e-Polish, and she'll be moderating today's meeting for us and answer any questions you might have for us in the chat. As a token of thanks for attending the webinar today, we would like to offer you a little discount. It's more than a little, to be honest, for all our materials, for books, for e-coursebooks, for e-coursebooks Plus, and for smart flashcard subscriptions. All you need to do is use the code on the slide to receive 50% of a discount at checkout in our store. So definitely don't miss out, especially since the discount is only valid until midnight. What we'll cover today is I will walk you through all the basic features of e-Polish that you might need to get started. So hopefully by the end of this meeting, you will leave armed with new knowledge and new digital tools that you can use for your learning. First, we'll quickly cover some basics of navigating the platform of your student account, and then I'll explain what options exactly you have to study. First of all, on your own, and this studying on your own will mainly be focused on our interactive e-coursebooks and e-coursebooks Plus, which I'll show you in great detail in a minute. But you can also use the platform to study with a tutor, and I'll explain everything you need to know about that as well. So let's start with the basics and answer the question, what e-Polish even is. So at its core, the most basic principle of e-Polish is to support learning using our bestseller Polish as a Foreign Language series called Polski Krok po Kroku, which you might already be familiar with. So if you already have any of our printed glossa books, combining them with the platform will definitely help you get the most out of them. With the book that you have, if you have one, you get access to the audio files and to the interactive e-coursebook version totally for free. So in case you haven't already, definitely use the code from your book on the platform and find out all the great stuff we have prepared for you. So e-Polish is an e-learning platform, especially designed to help you study Polish as interactively as possible, with a whole variety of various tools and materials. The most important part is that you can study completely on your own using our interactive tools like e-coursebooks or the extended versions called e-coursebooks Plus. These two products are essentially fully interactive textbooks that you can use on your desktop, and you can complete exercises, get immediate feedback so that you can check your answers instantly. You can listen to the recordings and translate exercise instructions and access a multimedia dictionary. So it's all very useful, definitely better than a traditional book. And aside from that, aside from the e-coursebooks, on our platform, you can also access some smaller supporting materials, and that includes flashcards or a multimedia dictionary, declension and conjugation tables, which might be especially useful for everyone who wants to study Polish and is completely flabbergasted by all the tenses and cases. But depending on what works best for you, you might also want to enhance your learning by studying with a teacher as well, and e-Polish makes that possible for you. The platform will be a great tool if you'd like your teacher to, for example, share interactive materials with you. And that can include interactive exercises from our e-coursebooks, but it can also include custom materials that your teacher has created, like, for example, tests or flashcard sets. These can even be fully interactive classes, which is even greater, and they stay on your account for later access forever, as long as you have an account. If that sounds interesting for you, but you don't have a teacher yet, well, our platform can also help with that, because it lets you choose and connect with various teachers offering online classes. We'll get to that shortly. However, in order for all these features I've mentioned previously to be accessible, you will need an e-Polish account. So definitely make sure to sign up to get started. The account creation is very fast and very easy. And just in case you get stuck at any point, before the webinar, we've sent you a link to a video guide on YouTube, which you can use to get some more info in case something is unclear about the platform. So feel free to use the link you've received from us. As for the technical requirements, it's also very simple. Basically, all you need are internet access, a laptop or a desktop computer. And for the best experience, we recommend using either Chrome or Firefox or Opera browsers. The whole magic happens wholly in your browser, so you don't need to download anything, any shady programs that take up all your RAM. And the account is not tied to a single device, so you can access it from your work laptop and then from your home computer. It's all in the cloud, so you can log in anytime from any place in the world. As I've mentioned before, you can use our platform to learn entirely on your own with great success. Our students are very happy with the platform and how good it is at guiding you through all the Polish language difficulties. So let's maybe now dive into exactly how you can use e-Polish for self-study. And let's do this directly on the platform. I am already logged in to my student's account. And as I've mentioned previously, one of the major tools on our platform are the e-coursebooks, the interactive textbooks. And they are accessible here in the e-coursebooks section. It's right here. Oh, by the way, if your interface is not in the language you'd like it to be, you can change it right here using this icon. So let's change it for Spanish for a second. And let's go back. Apologies. All right, so let's get to the e-coursebooks. I've clicked on the section title. And to open an e-coursebook, all you need to do is hover your mouse over the cover, like this, until you see a row of icons pop up. This one opens your e-coursebook. This one is for downloading audio files. As you can see, they were, let's go back to that for a second. They are grouped by lesson. So you can download all the files for any given lesson from the textbook. This icon leads to a table of contents. So you can quickly check which topics are covered in any given lesson. This icon allows you to track your progress and optionally reset it. Currently, my progress is at 0. And the last icon leads to smart flashcards, and what it is, I'll explain in a second. So let's just tuck away this bit of knowledge for a minute, and let's open the e-coursebook. what you will see after opening the e-course book will be a spread of 2 pages, like in a traditional book. However, unlike a traditional book, both these pages, all the pages in the e-course book are interactive. So as you can see, as I hover over specific areas on the page, something happens. It looks to be clickable. So it allows me to open a digital version of any exercise that I can see on the page. Let me just quickly navigate to something more interesting than this. Let's go here. So as we've established, I can hover my mouse over any part of the course book to open interactive areas. It applies both to exercises as well as the little headphones icon here. And this will start a recording.
Mam dobrą wiadomość. Weekend będzie fantastyczny.
That way you don't need to keep track exactly of which recording you are supposed to open. It's right here for you. All right, let's open an exercise maybe. Oh, apologies, it was filled up already. So as you can see, the exercises are interactive and you can type answers into blanks. You will be asked to drag something somewhere, etc. So let's fill in this exercise. And let's put something incorrect here, for example. And once I finish my exercise, I can check my answers and receive immediate feedback on whether my answers were correct or not. As we can see, this one was not correct. So if you're stuck and you completely don't have any idea what to put in here, you can always click on Show to show the correct answer. And just like I've done before, if you want to start the exercise over, you can clear the answers you've input already and just do the exercise again. If I'd like to move to another exercise, I can use the arrows here. Or I can simply close the window and choose something else. Let's see. This particular exercise will require us to listen to the audio file while filling in the blanks.
Mam dobrą wiadomość. Weekend będzie fantastyczny.
You can do it at the same time. Let's fill in the answers. All right, let's see. Let's say I'd like to put słońce here, the word słońce. But it's very common for students who are not native Polish speakers to not have Polish characters on their keyboard. So in that case, all you need to do is use our virtual keyboard, which is right here in the top right. All you need to do is select the special character you'd like to use, and you're all set. Right, let's fill something in. And let's check the answers. Great. In case of audio files, if you, for example, aren't able to hear something correctly, or if you'd like to read along as you listen, you can open a transcript, which is at the top in this line of icons here. This is the transcript icon. So that's a handy feature to keep track of. Well, I see, sorry. Here are some other icons which might be useful for you. So for example, if you'd like to generate a PDF of an exercise and take it with you and save it, or save it on your desktop, or share it with someone, you can use this icon. Same with this one, the printer icon. It does basically the same. It just brings up the printing window. This icon is the dictionary. It's the glossary for the specific exercise, which you can generate as a PDF with the translations in your selected language. You may have noticed that these are the same words that you can see here on the right. And you can open any of the words
10 stopni Celsjusza.
to see the translation, the pronunciation. You will be able to see more, but we'll get to that in a second. But keep in mind that the glossary here is not the only way for you to learn Polish vocabulary from any exercise, because you can also click on any word in the exercise
Specjalnie.
to also bring up its dictionary entry. So that's probably very useful, worth keeping in mind. Let's go back to the icons. The next one is a grammar comment. We have just encountered a grammar comment. Sometimes the exercises before us will require us to know of some secret grammar knowledge that we might not have yet. And this is where the grammar comments will be very useful. You can see an explanation of whatever it is that you'll need to complete the exercise correctly. All right, let's close it for now. Underneath the exercise, that's the probably last interesting thing here in the exercise window, there are some supplementary exercises. Let's open them. These are extra materials from our self-study course from the e-coursebook Plus, which will allow you to further train yourself using the similar materials, similar sort of knowledge. So that might be useful if you'd like to revise something, especially if you study in a group setting and all of you rush to finish before the end of the lesson. It's a great idea. It's always a great idea to come back to the exercise, check whether there's some supplementary materials you might use to revise the material. We can check supplementary exercises for other exercises as well. This one has plenty. All of them let you exercise adverbs. So as you can see, this is just a basic exercise for adverbs. And then you have 6 supplementary exercises to practice more on your adverbs. Let's move to the side panel here. We've done this previously, so I'm just going to remind you. Here is a table of contents, which allows you to jump to any lesson. You can also use the search bar to put in any page number from your paper book. So if you have your paper book in front of you and you'd like to quickly navigate to a specific page, you can just type in the page number and jump there. Using the search bar, you can also open up any exercise as long as you know its ID number. The ID number is a unique number across the whole platform, which can be seen right here. It's also available in your paper book. So if you have your paper book with you and you'd like to open a specific exercise without having to navigate through the whole course book, you can just type in the ID number here. And what's interesting, you can also type in an ID number from a different book. So let's do Polski krok po kroku 2 maybe. All right, this one, you will have to believe me at my word. This one is from Polski krok po kroku 2 and also allows you to access the exercise, even if you have another coursebook open. The search bar is also handy for looking up words in the dictionary. So let's say I encountered a word in one of the exercises, and I'd like to quickly look up its meaning. I can do this as well.
Posłuchać.
All right, let's explain maybe the navigation menu here at the bottom, as I keep using it without telling you what it does exactly. It's pretty intuitive. The arrows allow you to move between pages. You can use this icon to zoom in on any part of the page, and click it again to zoom out. You can use these two icons to zoom in on the left or on the right page. And then you can simply drag your cursor around to navigate. And this icon will allow you to open the coursebook in full screen, which is especially great if you have a small laptop, a small screen at your disposal. All right, and here in the side panel, we've missed those before, there's a few icons. This one, the one on the left, will open up a dictionary for the whole lesson. So we've previously seen a glossary for a specific exercise, and this here is a glossary for the entire lesson with all the most important vocabulary. And this list that you can see here can obviously be also printed as a PDF, and you can save it or send it to your phone. The next icon here are all the grammar comments that will be needed in this lesson. So instead of opening a grammar comment for a specific exercise, you can click here to bring up all the grammar comments with all the explanations introduced in this particular lesson, in this case in lesson 12. And the next icon are the supplementary exercises. So the extra exercises that were available at the bottom of each exercise. From this place, you can access all the extra exercises for the entire lesson again. As you can see, there's plenty of them. Plenty of materials to study from. The next icon are smart flashcards. This is our solution to revise vocabulary. Let's fill in this word.
Herbata.
So as soon as you complete the word, you can hear its pronunciation. You can check whether it was correct or not. Let's put something incorrect now.
Kuzynka.
Well, we weren't very close to that one. And you can use different revision modes. So this one was with filling in particular letters, but if you go to the settings here, you will be able to select a different revision mode. Let's do something more difficult. Here in the settings, you will also be able to decide whether you want the vocabulary to cover A1, A2, and other levels, and how many words you'd like to revise each day. Because every day you will be greeted with this little window, and the number of words to revise will be added based on the number you've set here. So let's change the revision mode and refresh the page to see it in practice. And as you can see, right now the revision mode has changed.
Podobać się.
And instead of typing in letters, I need to type the whole word.
Niebo.
This is a really great way to get familiar with all the vocabulary you might need. And we will get to that later, but you can also add specific words you'd like to revise based on its dictionary entries. And the last icon is for adding notes. All of these icons, except for the vocabulary, are available in the self-study courses. And one last thing you might be interested in while using the coursebook is the list view. This one will allow you to view the whole coursebook in a more minimalist view. So in case your common complaint about language textbooks is that there's too much of everything everywhere, and that the number of illustrations and stuff is confusing, you can always switch to the list view. And that way you can only display one exercise at a time. You can navigate either using the arrow here, or you can navigate using the list here. And one last thing, this one for real, the last thing in the coursebook is how to change the translation of the instructions. As you can see in the Glossa textbooks, the instructions are always in Polish. It's on purpose, it helps you learn. But in the coursebook, you can always change the language of the instructions. Currently, it's set to English, so as I open the exercise, the instruction will be in English. And if I changed the language to something else, the instructions will switch up as well. And that will be all for the coursebooks. However, it's not all for studying on your own on e-Polish. So let's move on, because aside from the coursebooks, we can also offer you some smaller aids, no less useful. And one of them will be the dictionary, which you can see here in the top bar. The dictionary, it's pretty intuitive. You can look up any word you'd like and view it as a multimedia entry similar to the coursebook. So, for example, you might remember us typing different words before in the search bar in the coursebook, but you can do the same in the dictionary here. And what might be interesting is that you can type in any Polish word using any tense or any case. So let's try it. And as you can see, the dictionary gave us the infinitive form, it gave us the translation, and also information on which grammatical case the verb goes with, and which tense was used in the search that we made. It's past tense, so that all checks out. You can check the pronunciation of any word.
Mieszkać.
You can print it out as PDF. So if any word gives you particular trouble, you can just tape it to your mirror or something. And as I've mentioned before, you can add words from the dictionary into your revisions, into the smart flashcards, and that's available here. That way, when I open my smart flashcards again, the word mieszkać will be added to the revisions. And the best part, in my opinion, in the dictionary is that to any word that we look up, the dictionary also attaches the declension or conjugation tables. So, for example, in this case, we used the verb mieszkać, and we get the whole conjugation table for the verb. Polish conjugations are sometimes complicated, so if you get stuck on pronouncing a particular word, you can click on it in the table.
Mieszkałbym.
And you can check the pronunciation.
Mieszkałabym.
Another handy tool that might help you, aside from the dictionary, will be the thematic dictionary. Let's check it out. And here you can find yourself a specific subject. I've opened the subject jedzenie, food, and I can look up a ready-to-go list of vocabulary. I can print it out as PDF. and also take it with me and study on the plane or in the park or anywhere really. And the translations right here were in English, and in case you'd like to use a different language, you can simply switch up here. I'm sorry. Too many clicks. Oh, that's still in English. Let's switch to Ukrainian for now. And there we go. So that way you can access a thematic dictionary. And the last free tool that we can give you, a small study aid, can be found here in school. And that's public flashcards. We've seen smart flashcards, which, by the way, can also be accessed from school flashcards, simply in the last tab. And this is exactly the same thing that you've seen before. But the public flashcards are a bit more minimalist, let's say, a bit more simple. Let's open them again. Yeah, they don't really offer all these fancy features that smart flashcards do, but they kind of resemble traditional flashcards that you can make with pen and paper yourself. But in this case, you don't need to make anything. They are just right here, ready for you to use. So that just about wraps up all the self-study tools on our platform. But you might remember that e-Polish also allows you to study with a teacher, either individually, one-to-one, or in a group setting, depending on what you are looking for. And your teacher can use e-Polish to share interactive materials with you, and also hold wholly interactive classes. If you have a teacher and they share some materials with you, you do not need to buy anything. You can just use all the things the teacher shared with you. And what you can receive, for instance, are individual interactive exercises, either from the e-coursebook or something the teacher created themselves. Also tests and exercises on the forum. So let's maybe move back to the platform so I can show you. So one of the things I've mentioned were tests, and sometimes your teacher will share exercises in this form. They can be found in school tests. Right here is a test that my teacher assigned me just now. And this is what the test looks like. This one doesn't require any input from me, so let's press ready and move on. As you can see right now, under the exercise, some buttons are missing, so you do not have the ability to check your answers and then clear them and show the correct answers and start again. You can do only two things. You can clear the answers as long as you haven't submitted the exercise. And if you are ready to submit the exercise, simply click here. And that way, you immediately get feedback. You do not need to wait for your teacher's input, whether your answers were correct or not. This one wasn't. And you can show the correct answers. However, this doesn't change the score that you received in this exercise. Regardless of whether the answers shown right here are all correct, I submitted the exercise with only 3 answers correctly, and that's reflected in the score right here. So we can move to another exercise again. And all right, let's fill it in a little bit. Yes, save. Speed it up a bit. As you can see, there can be really varying types of exercises in the test. That's the last one. And that way, you have submitted the test for grading. You can immediately check your score. Sometimes it can happen that the teacher will revise your score and either add or subtract points from your test. So that's all for now for the test. And allow me to show you another type of materials that the teacher can share with you, and that will be exercises. They can look kind of similar to what you've seen in the course book. Currently, my teacher has invited me to the platform, and we are connected on the platform, so they can send exercises to me, which I can find in the forum section in groups, because they added me to their group. This right here is a post from my teacher, and they have attached some exercises. And unlike, for example, an email you might get, these exercises are also interactive. I can immediately fill in my answers and get feedback on whether the answers were correct or not. The same answers are also seen by the teacher. But unlike the test, which you can only fill in once, the exercises on the forum can be filled in as many times as you need. So I can simply press on clear and start over the exercise. The answers will still be seen by the teacher, but they are not graded like the test was, and you can fill them in many times. And there also are online classes that I've mentioned, and they happen right here on our platform. It will always be the teacher who starts the lesson. You do not need to do anything. All you need to do is simply log into your account at the appointed time. As you can see, I've got a lesson coming, so I would like to ask our moderator, Sylvia, to please start a lesson for us. We might need to wait a second. There we go. As you can see, I really didn't need to do anything. I simply sat there, and the system automatically brought up the virtual classroom in my browser. I can press on play here to open the virtual classroom, but just in case you close the tab and are unable to go back there, let me show you our contingency plan for getting back into the lesson. So once the lesson is started, you will receive a link to your email address. You will receive a link with which will allow you to go back to the lesson. It will be this one, this link right here. But you can also navigate to the class manually, either using the schedule here. If I click on this arrow, it will open the virtual classroom as well. Or you can go to School, Classes, Current, and click on the thumbnail right here. This will also get me back to the virtual classroom. So let's finally join the class. I don't have permissions for my camera and microphone in order to not make a mess right here. So you will need to believe me when I say that generally you will see your teacher here, they will see you, both with audio and video, and you can also communicate on chat. Every participant of the group will be able to see the chat entries. And as you can see, the virtual classroom works like this. You can see an interactive board right here with content pasted by my teacher. this particular slide doesn't have anything interactive for me to do. It's just got text and pictures, but this one has some exercises. The teacher can bring up the exercises for me to fill in. And I can do that. And as you can see here, you do not have the buttons. Again, you cannot check your answers yourself. This will be done by your teacher. And the answers, the teacher currently is showing me the correct answers to the exercise. So again, there is nothing you need to do. You simply need to worry about inputting the correct answers into the blanks. Let's try another exercise. And again, the teacher can verify my answers for me. Something was correct and some of them were not correct. We can work on that later. What's important is that the answers that I put in here are immediately, in real time, visible to my teacher, so they can guide me through the whole process as we are connected on the webcams. Here's another exercise.
Słucham.
You might need to listen to the recordings while filling it in. All right, let's put this here. Again, in case you get stuck, you can always bring up the transcript as a quick hint while filling in the exercise. All right, I think we can check the exercise now. Again, some of the answers were correct, some of them weren't. Both me and the teacher can see this. As you can see here, what's interesting is that the teacher can share with you whole interactive spreads from the e-coursebook. So instead of single individual exercises, they can just share with you a whole page. And again, the page is interactive. Right now, during the lesson, only the teacher can open exercises or play the recordings for me. So if we could please do that. Great. So again, the student, wasn't able to open the exercise myself. The teacher had to do this for me. All right, I'm not going to fill in this exercise. Let's not waste time. I can see that we are nearing the end. And there's a few more things I'd like to show you. The teacher can play board games with you in the classroom. So you can add, for example, an interactive dice, and we can move and play. The teacher will need to move for me, but it's plenty fun as it is. And another great thing about the lessons in the virtual classroom are the many interactive games, aside from the board games that you have seen on the previous slide. There's plenty of interactivity and plenty of opportunities for play. And another thing that you can see in your lesson in the virtual classroom will be various multimedia. So for example, on the
Jedzenie.
images, and here there are videos.
Śniadanie.
And another thing that the teacher can do for you is embed a whole website on the slide for you to access. So goodbye sending links in the chat, and welcome embedded websites right here on my slide. All right. One last thing the teacher can do is assign you homework that you will need to do after the lesson ends. I don't think we have homework in this particular lesson, do we? I don't think so. So I think we can end the lesson. It might be too early with this particular lesson, so I'll just show you on another example that afterwards, after the lesson ends, you will be able to access the lesson in your archive. And the archive is accessible from School, Classes, Archive. The little home icon that you saw there is just an indication that some lesson here had homework assigned. You can try to locate it now, but as you can see, I've got plenty of lessons. Right here, here's a lesson with a homework. And when I press on this little icon here, I can solve my homework and submit it for grading. But I've mentioned that you can access the whole presentation aside from the homework. You can access the whole presentation. So let's do this. All you need to do is press on the thumbnail. And as you can see here, now you have access to the whole presentation again, and you can revise the material. This time, since the teacher is absent, you will be able to open the exercise by yourself and fill it in. And this time, the buttons have appeared again, so the teacher will no longer need to check the answers for you. You can do this yourself. And this is a great opportunity for you to revise the material, especially since, as opposed to, for example, tests or exercises on the forum or homework, your teacher will not be able to see the answers you've put in here. So you can just repeat the same things over and over to your heart's content. Let's go back from the platform for now. And perhaps you are already using the platform like this. You are already using the e-coursebooks, and you are using online lessons with your teacher, especially if you are part of a university class or in a language school, in which case I assume that you already have a teacher who teaches you. But if you have a teacher and you do not use a platform yet, all you need to do is simply invite them to try it out. You can show them what we've shown you today. And the first move, in this case, will need to come from them. So they will need to invite you on their account, and that way you can collaborate and study together. But if you do not have your own teacher and you do not know where to look for one, well, I'm happy to say that you are in good hands, because on e-Polish, we can offer you a whole database of teachers that you can choose from. So let's maybe do this right now. It's easy to access from the shop icon. Online classes. What you can see right here are teachers who are currently looking for students and offering online classes. You can open any profile and read about the teacher, read about the qualifications, methods of teaching, their availability. The blue slots are when the teacher is available. And the hours that you can see there are in the time zone that you have set in your account. For me, my time zone is Paris one. In case you'd like to change your time zone, let me just get off topic for a second. It's right here in your profile data. And this is where you can modify the time zone that you have set. So let's go back to our teachers. If the teacher base looks like something that you might be interested in, then please get on our YouTube, and we have a whole in-depth tutorial about how to order the lessons, what to do, how to complete the order, what to look for in a teacher. So if you're interested, please, you will find our YouTube channel probably either in the link in the chat, if our moderator would be so kind as to paste it here, or all our social media will be available on the main page in this spot. Another option that you have to find a teacher is simply to contact us. You have my contact information. You can write to at info@glossa.pl, because aside from being an e-learning platform, we are also a Polish language school here in Krakow, and we can arrange classes for you with excellent qualified teachers, either online or in person, intensive, non-intensive, semester courses, anything your heart desires we can do, probably within reason. If something today was unclear, then I invite you to our webinar on the same topic that will be held in Polish. So if you prefer to communicate in Polish, that might be a good choice for you. Of course, before the webinar, as you can see, it's going to be a bit more in the future. So if anything is unclear, you can write to me in the meantime. And since I've mentioned us, Glossa, being a Polish language school, then let me just say that we would love to have you for our summer school classes here in Krakow. It's going to be really fun. It's 2 weeks of really intensive study so that you can totally immerse yourself in the Polish language. There'll be lots of talking, of conversations, and tons of really fun activities like tours and picnics and movie screenings, and also some cultural workshops so that you can familiarize yourself with Polish culture. So if that sounds fun, feel free to sign up using the QR code right here on the left. As I've mentioned before, we would really love to have you. And those of you who from time to time pop up into our store may have noticed that we have a whole new line of products of e-coursebooks that we offer now. And these are called e-coursebooks Go. They are dedicated for a different platform than e-polish.eu. It's our sister platform, so to speak, which we specifically designed for busy people like us on the go that prefer to study using mobile devices. Of course, there's nothing stopping you from using the e-coursebooks Go on desktop as well, but as opposed to sometimes our e-coursebooks on e-Polish, these will work great on mobile devices from any place in the world, as long as you have internet access, of course. What you'll get is a new, freshened up, sleek interface, which works great on smartphones and on tablets. The exercises are as interactive as on e-Polish, but perhaps more mobile friendly. So if you're curious about it, make sure to purchase the e-coursebooks, the Go versions, in our store. And do remember that the discount is still there for you to use, so you can take advantage of it right now. All right, I think that's all I have for you today. So do you have any questions for me? Let's browse through the chat. Yes, I can see a question from Andrew. Yes, Andrew asks whether the content that I've shown you in the e-coursebook is accessible in the base version. The answer is no. What I've shown you today is the extended version, e-coursebook Plus, So in order to access all of that stuff, you will need e-coursebook Plus, but by all of that stuff, I mean grammar comments, supplementary exercises, and smart flashcards. Literally everything else is available in the standard e-coursebook. But if all the extra materials that we have sound good to you, as long as you have a standard e-coursebook, so either you have bought it in our store or you have a paper book and activated a code, you can take advantage of a 50% discount on the e-coursebook Plus. So that's definitely something to look into. Okay, any more questions? I do not see any. So I am assuming that hopefully you were able to learn something today with me. And if anything dawns on you suddenly, oh, where do I go to buy the self-study? Marlene asks. To our store, to the e-coursebooks section, simply look for e-coursebooks Plus. That will get you right there. Let me just paste a link for you. That's the link. And if you'd like to use the 50% discount, then you will need to, the discount not mentioned here, right here, you will need to contact us probably. All right, is everything clear right now? I think that concludes the meeting for today. So thank you everyone for attending and have a nice evening. In case any questions dawn on you in the meantime, you can write them in the post-webinar survey and we will get back to you immediately. Well, as soon as possible. All right, so thanks everyone. I don't see any more questions. Thanks again for attending and have a good night.